Ever since the dawn of human civilization, we have told stories of places no mortal should ever wander. Realms of darkness, punishment, mystery, and dread. These places were more than myths. They were warnings carved into the very soul of ancient cultures. Today, we step into the shadows of these forgotten worlds. If you think you've seen fear, prepare yourself. These are the 20 scariest places of ancient mythology, and some of them were believed to be real. Deep beneath the earth, lower than even the underworld itself, lies Tartarus, the darkest pit in Greek mythology. Not just a prison, an abyss where the gods banished monsters, titans, and unspeakable evils. Here, the walls scream with the voices of the damned, and time itself seems broken. Even Zeus feared this place. For the ancient Greeks, Tartarus wasn't a myth, it was a threat, a reminder that some things should remain buried forever. But if Tartarus was a prison, then Hades, the Greek underworld, was a destination every mortal was certain to reach. A sprawling, shadow-filled realm guarded by the three-headed Cerberus. It was the final resting place of the dead. The air was thick with the whispers of forgotten souls. Some wandered endlessly, others begged for mercy that would never come. The living were forbidden to enter, and even the gods tread lightly there. Far to the north, in the icy legends of the Norse, lies Helheim. Unlike the warrior's paradise of Valhalla, Helheim was home to those who died dishonorably, of sickness, old age, or cowardice. A realm of freezing winds and endless gray, ruled by Hel, a half-dead goddess with a face of decay. The dead here felt nothing but cold and regret. To the Vikings, Helheim was the fate worse than death itself. From the north to the Mediterranean, fear took many forms. In Crete, an invention of man became one of the most terrifying places ever imagined. The Labyrinth. Built by King Minos, it was a twisting maze designed to trap the Minotaur, a monstrous half-man, half-bull creature. Prisoners were sent in as sacrifices, wandering endlessly, listening to the beast's footsteps echo through the walls. There was no escape, only death waiting somewhere in the dark. Some places, however, were not prisons but borders. The river Styx, a cursed black river, separated the world of the living from the dead. Souls crossed its waters to reach the underworld, but its power was far greater. Swearing an oath on the Styx bound even the gods themselves. Breaking it brought punishment too terrible to describe. One drop of its water was said to be enough to kill a mortal instantly. Across the desert sands of ancient Egypt lies a realm far more dangerous. The Duat, the Egyptian underworld, was a maze of terrors, fiery lakes, serpents that breathed poison, gates guarded by monstrous gods, and rooms of judgment where the heart of every soul was weighed against the feather of truth. To pass through the Duat was a journey through nightmares, one that even pharaohs feared would end in eternal destruction. And hidden in the remote lands of Greece was the cave of Hecate, home of the goddess of witchcraft. Legends say this cave was a gateway to magic older than the gods themselves. Shadows moved on their own, torches burned without fire, and whispers filled the air though no living creature was inside. Those who entered risked losing not just their lives, but their sanity. In the heat of Central America, the Maya told stories of Xibalba, the place of fear. This underworld was ruled by death gods who delighted in torment. Its paths were lined with deadly traps. A house filled with knives flying through the air, a house of crushing darkness, and another filled with screaming ghosts. Xibalba wasn't just the underworld, it was a twisted game of survival. To the Greeks, punishment was eternal. The fields of punishment were reserved for those who committed unforgivable crimes. Here, souls were burned, chained, crushed, or forced to relive their worst moments forever. Unlike Tartarus, the fields were not simply a prison. They were a reminder that the gods were always watching. Far to the north, before the beginning of creation, there existed Niflheim, the realm of ice and mist, a place of eternal darkness and deadly frost, where ancient giants roamed through storms that tore mountains apart. It was said that even breathing the air of Niflheim was enough to freeze the soul. In the myths of India, the forest of the Rakshasas was a place of pure dread. Home to shape-shifting demons who fed on human flesh, this forest twisted itself to confuse travelers. The trees whispered warnings, shadows moved like living things, and the Rakshasas could take the form of loved ones just to lure victims deeper inside. Few who walked in ever walked out again. Far across the sea, on a lonely island, the Cyclops Polyphemus once made his home. The cave of the Cyclops was a place of horrors, piles of bones, shattered ships, and echoes of screams. Odysseus himself barely escaped, blinding the monstrous giant. But the cave remained, a symbol of the dangers lurking beyond the horizon. More perilous still was the island of the Sirens, whose haunting songs lured sailors to their deaths. Their voices promised safety, love, or secrets of the universe. But those who listened crashed their ships onto the jagged rocks. To hear a siren was to fall under a spell no mortal could resist. In the misty tales of Wales, there was, a beautiful yet deadly underworld ruled by mysterious forces. Here, the boundary between the living and the dead dissolved. Ghostly hunts swept through forests, led by spectral hounds with eyes of flame, and was seductive, but one misstep meant being trapped forever. Japan's ancient myths speak of Yomi, a land of eternal darkness where the dead lingered in decay. Once someone entered, the stench of death clung to their soul. Even the goddess Izanami, once beautiful, became a rotting horror within its depths. Yomi was a warning: the dead should never return. In the scorching deserts of Egypt dwelled Apep, the serpent of chaos. His realm, the house of Apep, was a swirling void where the monstrous serpent attempted to devour the sun each night. Here, light failed, order collapsed, and even gods trembled. To encounter Apep was to face the embodiment of darkness itself. Across frozen North America, the forests haunted by Wendigos became places of terror. These icy woods were stalked by spirits of endless hunger, once human, now monstrous. Travelers spoke of hearing their eerie cries on the wind, or seeing tall, skeletal figures watching from between the trees. The forest was alive and hunting. Religions across the Near East described a terrifying fate: the Lake of Fire, a place of burning sulfur, shrieking souls, and flames that never died. It became the ultimate symbol of punishment, eternity spent in agony beneath a blackened sky. And deep in medieval imagination rose Pandemonium, the capital city of hell, a labyrinth of twisting towers, molten streets, and shrieking demons, built from burning stone and chaos itself. It was said that even demons feared being lost inside. Finally, hidden within Greek lore were the realms of the Furies, where avenging spirits tormented murderers and oathbreakers. Their screams echoed through a chasm so deep that sunlight could not reach it. Once a soul fell into their domain, mercy was impossible. These 20 places, frozen worlds, burning pits, cursed forests, deadly labyrinths, and haunted underworlds, remind us of ancient humanity's greatest fears. They were warnings, lessons, and nightmares meant to keep people safe or keep them obedient. Tell me, which of these places scared you the most? Let me know in the comments. If you enjoyed this journey into ancient darkness, make sure to like this video, share it with a friend, and subscribe to the Myth Zone for more epic tales of mythology, legends, and forgotten worlds. And remember, some places were never meant to be visited. Even in stories,